So hey guys, new ban list drop. So upcoming Forbidden Limited list update. So on October 10th, so that is probably around when the new selection drops, I would assume. So we can check. So as of recording this, today is September 29th. So let's see, when does the next back end? So let's see then. Available until October 9th. It says over there for that. Okay, let's see. So pack 10 days. Yeah. So more or less when these two selections end is when the next selection will begin, right? When the current selection ends, the next one begins. And that's when this ban list will take place. So cards to be banned: Kelbeck the Ancient Vanguard, number 89, Diablosis the Mind Hacker. So, I mean, yeah. Diablosis, you were fine on your own. Like, it was perfectly fine until the new cards that are going to drop on the 10th are going to happen. Yeah. So, farewell, my good friend, Diablosis the Mind Hacker. Alright, and then cards to be limited: Nimble Beaver, 2 limit Sadness. And you know what? Nimble Beaver is actually kind of just disgusting. So, this enables so much because of the Nimble cards. So, fair enough. Nimble, limited 1. 2 limit Haveness, limited 1. Does 2 limit Haveness being limited 1 do anything? Yeah, I don't think so, honestly. It's just, this matters for, like, milling, but aside from the milling stuff, it's like, does this even matter in the slightest? I honestly don't think it matters at all. And finally, number 75, Bamboozling Gossip Shadow has finally been freed. Now that Rongominion is gone, we can get number 75, Bamboozling Gossip Shadow, back. And I just much prefer this over Cicada King, so yeah. That's all I have to say about that. Luster Pendulum, the Draco Slayer, is going to be unlimited now. Why was it even at 1? Did it even matter? Honestly, we could also get Kieran back. Like, that's fine. Magispector Unicorn Kieran, right? Like, is that card even that bad? Does it really do anything? Like, come on. Anyway, Adamansa Pater Analyzer going from 2 to 3 as well. Well, that's fine. Well, Kelbeck is like, has been like the most disgusting Ishizu card for a long time. It getting hit is like, alright. If it was at 1, I don't like super care. But like, because Diviner is a card, Diviner just send Kelbeck. I'm pretty sure that's why this is going to just have to be banned, I guess. Sure. I personally don't super care about Kelbeck. Kelbeck is just moderately annoying. Like, if send Kelbeck, or not send Kelbeck, if you were to like activate 1 for 1 and discard like a monster from your hand, that triggers Kelbeck to like target one of your monsters and return it to the hand. That is pretty damn annoying, I guess. And then we have, yeah, that, I guess. And then Diablosis the Mind Hacker, I guess. For Diablosis, it's like the interaction with Shangri-Ira and the interaction with all the other like Kishtira cards. So the issue is Diablosis, I think. The biggest issue, aside from like how this contributes like 2 zones to the zone lock, this will just banish like a lot of your main deck cards face down. So like, let's say there's just a moderate amount of cards being banished, okay? Like, this isn't too many, right? Let's say about 5 cards are banished face down, right? So that would be like, what, probably 4 off of Rise Heart, and then 1 off of Diablosis, the Mind Hacker's effect to banish from the extra deck. Then after that, you can chain Diablosis to itself to banish 10 cards from your opponent's main deck. So in total, you banish 14. So you basically just activated Desires on your opponent in like best of 1 format. That's kind of bullshit. Yeah, no way to really sugarcoat it. It's just, yeah, that's going to just super hurt, like, a lot of decks. And then the zone lock on top of that, yeah, that's a little bit much. And but let's just say we don't care about whatever card gets banished from the extra deck, whichever one is fine, but losing, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then, yeah, 9. 9 main deck cards just off of that. And honestly, you could lose more, considering, like, Diablosis can activate again the next turn, and in this case, you'll have, what is it, like, 10 cards banished face down? So then Diablosis activates again, and then it's actually going to banish 10 from your deck this time off of this. And, like, let's just say for whatever reason we want to summon Rise Heart again. Let me check. What is the trigger for Rise Heart? Okay, Rise Heart's trigger. If this card was normal or special summon this turn, yeah, that works. Yeah. So, special summon or normal summon Rise Heart, whatever. Well, actually, you'd have to special it in this case. So, next turn, after banish 10, let's do special summon Rise Heart. Okay. Rise Heart effect. Banish 4 cards from your opponent's main deck face down. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now there is 14 cards banished face down, including the ones Diablosis banished last turn. So now banish 14 cards from your opponent's main deck on top of the ones you banished earlier. So that's banished 24 of your cards face down. And it doesn't actually get any worse than this because Diablosis can't banish more cards than you have. So if you have, like, for example, 10 cards left and you have, like, 20 cards banished face down, Diablosis can no longer banish your main deck cards. So you have that going for you, I guess. But bad news. About half of your main deck is banished face down. Oh, and they actually do, of course, have an end board. Oh, and Rise Heart and Diablosis, all of those just triggered more zone locks. Yeah, so the Diablosis banish, the Rise Heart banish. Yeah, that's a few more zones you're losing there. So yeah, that hurts a little bit. Yeah. So in this case, I guess I would probably lock out the spell trap zones. So if you have Kaijus, go on, King. Maybe you can do something. But if I see your extra deck, I will definitely know if I'm zone locking your either your back row or your I guess your monster zones. Whichever case, yeah, that hurts, like, every deck, like, a lot. Like, you might not lose on the spot, but that definitely not fun to play against. Even if you have that, it just sounds like a miserable time to me. And what can you do about this? Simple. Just run, like, a bajillion hand traps to try to stop this. That's about it. Not great. Oh, also, if this didn't happen, if Diablosis didn't get banned, keep in mind your opponent will still have Rise Heart, so you're still playing under Macrocosmos after getting, like, what was that? Like 24 cards banished face down. That would be, I believe, 23 main deck cards and 1 extra deck card being banished face down. So you're not recovering any of those cards. Even if you're playing a bash deck like Thunder Dragon, you're getting hurt because it's banished face down. So yeah, that is going to be completely and utterly miserable. All right, now next deal with Rise Heart and also Fenrir. Well, that's a bit much for me personally, but I mean, if you can deal with it, you're just built different, I guess. Maybe, like, I don't know, activate Book of Eclipse, normal summon Sphere Mode, and then somehow find OTK. I guess you can win, like, in that case, sure, maybe, but, like, yeah, that's a miserable time. Well, maybe one day we can get Diablosis the Mind Hacker back, like how we got Bamboozling Gossip Shadow back. I actually did like playing Diablissus just by itself, like pre-cache. It was pretty funny, and it's a pretty useful card. It gives you information, and rank 7s used to be like somewhat hard or jank to make, right? Like, name a deck that can make rank 7. Did you say Onomat? Because that's probably the best one. Pre-cache to make rank 7s with. So yeah. The ban list here, it's not like that bad. So yeah. Nimble Beaver, this just hits Sprite. So Tier Limit Happiness didn't really matter. But yeah. I'm pretty sure Angler can probably summon itself. Let's see. Angler. We'll see if it can summon itself or not. Or if this completely kills. Ah, aside from itself. So that doesn't work. Okay. So, are there other nimble monsters aside from Beaver, actually? Because if you think about it in terms of, like, where you ash, like, Sprite, there's no good point to ash it, I guess. So, if normal summon Nimble Beaver, ash that, this doesn't really change much. But, like, on the spot, if you have no other information, this at least stops them from going into either Sprint or, like, I guess this stops them from going into Sprint, Elf, and Gigantic Sprite. But then if special summon Blue would try to add Jet, then if you ash this, they will simply summon Jet off of Gigantic. If ash Gigantic, then they can still make Sprint, or they can still go into their other stuff, right? And they might still have access to Blue. They might have Starter. So, yeah. If ash Starter, then Sprite can still do literally everything else because you just only ash Starter. But I guess maybe Nibiru is possible now. Maybe. So, yeah. Honestly, Nimble Beaver is kind of like disgusting if you consider like the interaction with Sprint and how like it can summon your copies of Beaver back from the graveyard as well. Yeah. Pretty disgusting normal summon for Sprite. And of course, like, because Beaver will summon a dude, let's say the hand is Beaver with Blue. If normal Beaver, Ash Beaver, then just summon Blue and it's just full combo. If you don't do that, then Ash Blue and then Gigantic summons Jet, so that gets you nowhere. If Ash Sprint, then you didn't stop Blue, Gigantic, or Nimble Beaver. So, yeah. I guess this is just to make them more what's the word? Susceptible to hand traps. So that'll help you out a bit here. Well, yeah. Beaver is like pretty hard hit on Sprite. Is it necessary? I mean, I don't know. Sprite's going second isn't that good, so mixed feelings on this. That's about it. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.